The actor who played Joker, Joaquin Phoenix, said, "I didn't want a psychiatrist to be able to identify the type of person he was." Well, I'm leaving for the theater to watch the opening show. I'll be right back.
3 hours later.
Oh my God. I'm Dr. Karthik Ramanan. I'm a licensed naturopathic physician specializing in integrative mental health and lifestyle medicine. On this channel, you'll find the Dr. K Show, where I help ambitious individuals end self-criticism with tools and strategies and fire motivational speeches to create optimal everyday mental health. If you need to silence that negative self-talk to get out of your own way, well, I encourage you to subscribe right now. Okay, Joker. Look, I don't usually do movie reviews, so I'm going to try to keep this as spoiler-free as possible. I won't explicitly say what happens in the plot, etc. So let's go. I just got back from watching the film. Now, as physicians, we don't diagnose people without actually sitting down and having a visit with them, going over labs, etc. Given that, I can't make a true diagnosis based on a movie. That said, Joaquin, you win. Joker and Arthur are very hard to nail down. I had this notebook with me and I was scribbling delusions, inappropriate laughter, lack of remorse, etc. But really, he goes through this transformation from Arthur to Joker, and there are so many layers to his experience of this world that it's very hard to nail down specific diagnoses. So good job, Joaquin. You were extraordinary. You win. So, is Arthur, Joker, just crazy? I thought Joaquin did a fabulous job exploring the transformation of Arthur to Joker. Originally in DC Comics, the Joker was more of a punny type of character. Then we had the Jack Nicholson Joker that was more sinister and violent. I felt Joaquin's exploration of the character led more to that style of Joker with the original colors and all. Whereas Heath Ledger's version was the later stage, truly an intense, psychotic version. The storyline in this movie wasn't anything groundbreaking or new, but what was groundbreaking to me was the way that Arthur's transformation was shown, not told, through the soundtrack, through his dancing, and various types of laughs that the actor developed for different situations and phases of the movie. Arthur/Joker was really a character in flux from moment to moment, and it was really incredible to watch. And through the soundtrack, the dancing and the laughter, you're able to see other characters like Bruce Wayne's father through a different lens. And what also struck me was the way Joaquin acted out Arthur's suppression of emotions. It was uncomfortable, it was tightly wound, it was painful. I hope he wins awards for his performance because it was truly extraordinary in every single way. We see how Arthur is just an ordinary guy with some behavioral traits that were largely a function of the environment that he was raised in. His backstory is rooted in a reality that we can relate to, and through it all, Arthur genuinely believed that it was his role in the world to bring joy and laughter to those around him. He wasn't born violent. He just wants love and adulation from his parents and from others. He just wants a hug. But what does he get? He gets bullied, he gets beaten and ignored. He says, "Nobody ever saw me. Nobody ever listened to me. I didn't know if I even existed." He intensely lacked two critical factors that we all need. That's connection and purpose. As the world around him started crumbling from an already weak foundation from a painful childhood upbringing, he descends into violence. And as he becomes Joker, he starts to notice that he's being heard. He starts to matter. He makes eye contact with others wearing the clown masks, as you probably saw in the trailer. That connection. He develops connection and purpose through violence, which brings out the less suppressed, more free-flowing version of himself that you see in the dancing. I don't believe Joker is the person that Arthur ever strived to be, but Joker is the person who filled those two massive voids of connection and purpose. If you're enjoying this so far, smash that like button. And by the way, if you would like me to go more in depth and talk about more spoilers, let me know in the comments below by typing, "I want the spoiler version, Dr. K." All right, let's go. I think the film did a remarkable job showing some of the shortfalls of mental health in society. Obviously, this is a fictional character in a fictional city at a time in the past, but there are times when Arthur feels he's not heard despite his efforts to get treatment. He's unable to get the medication he needs. His clinicians don't seem to empathize with him. That all sounds like the unfortunate reality that a lot of people experience. The film also showed the lack of empathy in society as a whole that we see in the world around us. Human beings are a social species. We need our tribes and we need purpose within our tribes. Lack of empathy leads to lack of connection. Lack of connection makes it very difficult to have purpose. And without purpose, some people resort to horrific acts to feel like they matter, to get noticed, to have a sad sense of purpose. I mean, what if a neighbor had genuinely asked Arthur how he was doing? What if somebody genuinely tried mentoring him in comedy? Would his trajectory of life been changed? So what can we learn from Arthur? Well, for one, I don't believe anyone is born inherently violent. They become that way when they commit their first act of violence later in life. I think it's easy to blame others having beliefs that we don't agree with, but if there's anything that being a physician has taught me, it's that there's always a reason if you're willing to listen to somebody's story. Arthur shows how suppressing emotions and not adequately processing past trauma can lead to terrible outcomes. I think we can learn that we do need to empathize with others, to listen to them, to acknowledge them. Does that mean we can exonerate Joker for committing acts of violence because of his tragic upbringing? No, absolutely not. We can be empathetic and hold others accountable for their actions. Some people take their painful past and take it out on others, perpetuating the problem like Joker does. Others take their painful past, reprocess it, and use their experiences in the service of others. What if Joker had been in an environment where he could turn his pain into good? All right, I forgot to say whether I recommend this movie or not. I do. 2 thumbs up. It was awesome. Joaquin Phoenix was extraordinary. Go see it. If there's anything that we can learn from Arthur, it's to reach out and connect with our friends, our neighbors, family, and strangers. We are in a society that lacks empathy. We can be empathetic and hold each other accountable for our actions. By the way, not taking an action when we see something troublesome counts as an action too. We are too quick to avoid meaningful conversations, but rather talk about the weather or complain about our favorite sports team. We struggle to even ask our neighbor in the elevator, "How are you?" And that might have changed their entire day. We avoid difficult conversations with our family members day after day until those suppressed emotions boil over irreparably and ruin relationships. We don't stop to think about the cumulative effect of these acts of lack of empathy, these acts of disconnection. Remember what Arthur didn't get that turned him into Joker? Connection and purpose. Everyone needs to feel connection with their fellow human beings. Everyone needs to feel purpose in their life. It's not just something people get from a therapy session or a doctor's visit. We can all give it in our everyday lives. My challenge to you is to be even more empathetic. I challenge you to reach out to somebody and tell them what they mean to you. Let them know that they matter. The smallest act can make somebody's day, and the collection of those genuine acts of connection can transform a culture. You have the power within you to be that change. I believe in your greatness.